it's Moose and thank you so much for joining me back here. Today we're going to do another book review. It's been a while since we did this. I did that upside down. It's been a while since we've had another book review. But we're going to do that today. And it's going to be a Doctor Who book called Dark Horizons. I love Doctor Who. Doctor Who is one of my favorite shows. I haven't got to watch any of Capaldi yet. Sorry. This book is about 11, Matt Smith. And it's a really interesting book, and it's basically fan fiction. Basically. I was at Books A Million. We had just got a Books A Million where I live. I was so excited to finally have a bookstore in my town. So I went and I was looking at all the books. I was like, you know, I've got to buy something. You know, I'm in a bookstore. This is the first time we've had a bookstore since I was in middle school. And I have to buy something. And so I saw this, and it was on sale. It was a big sticker right here. It was like, sale. And I saw Doctor Who on it. So I was like, ooh, I like sales. I like Doctor Who. Let's buy this. So I bought it. Now this book is actually a really good book. I like fan fiction anyways. And it takes place in like Viking times. And it's really cool. The Doctor, here's my report card from whenever I was reading this book. Anyways, this book starts off with the Doctor, and he's parked the TARDIS in this secluded place, and he sees rabbits everywhere, and it talks about rabbits. If you've ever seen the episode where he plays chess with himself, and he's like half Cyberman and half Doctor, that's what reminded me of this, or rather this reminded me of that. I like that episode, I like this book, I like chess. So it was a good combination for me. But anyways, the Doctor goes and he's looking for a game of chess, and he wanders upon this village, and he's like, hey, you guys, want to play some chess, and they don't know how to play chess. And he looks out on the ocean, and there's this burning ship of Vikings, and the people in the village don't get along with the Vikings. And so they're like, oh gosh, and the Doctor's like, oh gosh, that ship's on fire. I need to go help them. And all along, the story is following a princess and a man. And all along, the story is following some people on the ship. And it's a guy named Henrik and a princess named Freydis. It kind of bounces back and forth between the Doctor and them until they finally come together and they meet. And so the Doctor goes out and he's like, hey guys, here's my TARDIS. Hello? Hey. Nothing, what are you doing? What? Yes. I think he went fishing. I think he was waiting for you, so he went fishing until it was time. Because I saw him take his frisbee bag with him. I don't know, like 30 minutes maybe. You're welcome. Bye. Sorry, that was my brother. But anyways, Henrik, Freydis, and the Doctor. Okay, the Doctor goes and he takes his TARDIS and he lands on the ship, and the TARDIS falls through the ship, and the Doctor turns the ship over, and they make an air pocket because he figured out that people catch on fire when they're in the air, but if they're in the water, they're okay. And so they swim underwater to shore and fight. The villagers don't get along with the Vikings. And so the Doctor, he goes down into the ocean, and the TARDIS doesn't work. This is back before electricity was a thing, okay? And the Doctor finds out that this fire isn't really fire. It's these little organisms, I guess. They're little animals, and they feed off of electricity. They go to planets and they drain them dry, and they move on, and they leave dead carcasses behind. And since no electricity has been invented yet on Earth, they are using people instead. And so these organisms are feeding off of humans. We have, you know, those little nerves that go around in our head and they make us move and stuff. And so they're using that to feed off of, and it kills the human. We cannot sustain that. So they end up killing us when they're trying to, you know, use the electricity inside of us. And the doctor doesn't like that, so he tries to find a solution like he always does. And he does. He ends up finding a solution. So, how he does it, spoiler alert, he goes out. There's a lot more to the story, and there's a lot with Freitas and Henrik, and they like each other, and there's the villager stories. It's just kind of sad. And there's the Viking and the villagers. There's a lot going on. But anyways, the main thing, how the doctor gets rid of these things, the Andril, I think is what they were called, if I remember correctly. So since they feed off electricity, it's storming outside. There's a big ocean in front of everything. And so the doctor gets on a boat. He drives out, he paddles out to the middle of the ocean. He holds up a rod and gets struck up. This is important first, okay? He's like, hey guys, the humans can't sustain you. I can. And so all of the Andril come into him, and he's sustaining them. So it goes out to the big ocean. He holds up a rod during the middle of a lightning storm, and it gets struck by lightning. And as that is happening, all of the Andril go up into the atmosphere from the lightning strike, and the doctor saves people like he always does. And he actually finds a game of chess by a little boy in the village. He plays chess with a little boy in the village, which is what it was after all along, was just a game of chess. It was a really good book. I really liked it. If you like Doctor Who, if you like 11, I liked 11 a lot. I like Matt Smith. You would like the book. If you like fan fiction, you would like the book. It's got a nice cover on it. It's nice and red, and it's got Doctor Who all over it. Right here, it's by J.T. Colgan. You can take the cover off. I did when I was reading it, and it's nice and black, and it's a hard book, and it's got red in it too. I like this book. I like the way it feels. It's got the nice edges. It's thick paper. At the end of it, it's got more Doctor Who books. If you like this one and you want to check out other Doctor Who books, it's a good book to check out. It's got a nice picture of Miss Colgan on the back. She's pretty cool. I liked her book. So I bought it on sale at Books A Million, and I don't regret it. You can find fan fiction for free online. That's true. And like I said, I got kind of caught up in the moment when I bought that book, but I don't regret it because I like it. I do. I liked it. It was good. I recommend it. And I have a book blog, and I wrote a review on this book if you want to go check it out. I'll put it down below. So just go look for that. It's a Hooked or Booked. That's the name of it. Are you hooked on the book, or is it to be booked? Isn't it clever? Isn't it clever? These organisms...